So I want you to explain to these people how amazing and creative your brain is with all these downloads from the Lord. Oh my gosh. I know. I can attest to that. She has 5 babies and she knows how to be pretty, But wow, these are amazing. Nancy, this is just amazing.
Yes.
I just know. And do you dream about this? Do you what? How does that work?
So, okay.
Do it.
So, when I started Watts of Love, it was like, how do you start a global non-for-profit when I had this vision of really lighting the world? There's
Right.
1.1 billion people living in darkness.
Right.
And so, how do you start to decide who gets that? So,
Right.
number one, who are the people who need it the most?
Right.
Who has no access to electricity,
Right.
and how do we find them, and what do we bring?
Right.
So for me, I wanted to be the Cartier of free lights.
Right.
So
right.
to give the best, because it's not worth the time and the energy to not give the absolute best.
That's right.
So this,
Excellence.
through my husband's business, he had an architecture and lighting company, so I was able to kind of piggyback off of his engineers and find something that was already being manufactured. So this is the light. Where's the solar panel here? This goes in the sun, and then it charges the battery inside. There's 4 light settings. Number 1 will last 120 hours, 30 hours, 20 hours, and then 10 hours. And then it also has a phone charger here, so it can charge a cell phone. So when I started delivering these lights, the first place that I went to was Ealing Island, which is a small island in Occidental Mindoro.
And I feel guilty. I don't even know where that was at that time.
Right outside of San Jose.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful. Beautiful people there. And it's about 20,000 people
right.
that were living in complete poverty with no electricity.
Yeah.
And I went there in 2013 with 1,000 lights. We land, I come from Chicago, I'm so excited. We get to Ealing Island, and all 1,000 lights are stuck in customs. So I think, oh God, I'm going to be a failure. How do I go back and say to all these people who donated to make this possible? I couldn't do it. But God knew. I had 3 lights in my suitcase. And so every night I thought, okay, we are going to find the poorest people on this island, and we're going to hand deliver this light. And I'll share one of the stories. Was this old lady, Nai.
Yeah.
We went to her and we said, oh, Nai, we're here to give you this light. And she says, I cannot accept this from you. Why not? She starts crying, and she says, I am too poor for you to love me. I said, no. You're exactly why we're here. You are not forgotten about. You are loved. And it was beautiful. By the end, she stood up. She was praising God in Tagalog. She's like singing a song, I may be poor, but I'm loved.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing that, that's how God works, isn't it? People, God hears us. Even from the remotest, bringing somebody who's working from Cartier, and then all of a sudden flying all the way to remotest of the remotest. Wow. And then, we'll go on.
It was, really for me, the lesson learned was trust. I think I have trust issues.
Right.
I didn't trust God enough in the process.
That's right.
When my 1,000 lights were stuck, I felt like I was going to be a failure. But God has a better plan. And He slowed me down. And He made me look at every person that I was giving the light to. What's your name? Who are you? And I realized at that time that the light is the bridge to their heart. And it's a pathway of hope. And that renewed hope, people can do amazing things. And so the next light that we gave to a woman, her name was Emily, and she's a mother of 7 children. So we're there, oh, Emily, here's your light, and we're so excited. And the next morning I ran down there just to see she had 7 children. And she said, I got all of my children in bed, and I stayed up, and I made 1,000 bamboo barbecue sticks. So she instantly became an entrepreneur. And I thought, wow, God, this is so good.
That's amazing, right? That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How do you, for such a woman of creativity, just being able to reach these people, come on, it really takes a lot of dedication and a lot of, you have to raise funds all the time just to be able to, right?
Yes.
Get these lights made and sent it wherever it's supposed to go to. So being Nancy Economou, and founder of Watts of Love, how do you juggle your time with 5 kids?
Yeah.
People need to know that, because in this, somehow women, sometimes we become very, a slaves to ourselves. Oh, I have to. How do you keep yourself so beautifully contained?
Well,
Totally. I literally say this, and it's real. I know you.
God has called us to be many things. And being a mother is one of those things.
Right.
Being a wife
Also.
is also part of that. But also bringing light and hope to people. It's something that I've taught my children. Now my children have come to the Philippines.
That's true.
My children have seen the people that we serve. And it has changed and shifted their lives. So I think my sons have seen their mother empower other women.
Right.
So it's keeping everything in balance. And
Right.
and when I'm home, I try to be present. And when
Right.
I'm at work, I try to be present.
That's right.
But it's always a juggling act.
I haven't seen her get angry for the 5-7 years that we've known each other. And there's always already somehow something, but she's just like, oh well, oh well, another box is missing. Oh well, How about encouraging our women here in the Philippines to actually not lose hope and not really knowing what they really want to do somehow sometimes, or they feel like they're going through, they're just emotion. How can you encourage them to actually, there's something inside you that's actually special, right?
Yes. So God has placed a special dream inside of everyone's heart.
That's right.
And we need to step out. We need to believe that God has created something that only you can do. But you have to take that first step.
Right.
And what does that look like? And that's just when we empower people with lights. We say, we have done our part, but now the rest is up to you. You're going to save your money. You're going to buy a chicken. And what I'm saying to you today is God has placed a dream inside of your heart.
Right.
You just need to believe and take that first step.
Yeah, we're all a piece of the puzzle, isn't it?
We are.
I was just doing this puzzle with some friends of mine. You just cannot put one piece if it's not that one, that particular one. So all of us, ladies, are a piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
And we don't need to, be in that position when you're not supposed to be that.
Don't force it.
No need, yeah. Because you're going to be somehow, somewhere, positioned somewhere. But that's first step. That first step is the most important, isn't it?
Yes.
And yes, that trust issue. Well, who doesn't have that, right? You already saw the faithfulness of God. And then there's a new one. Do we or do we not? Right.
And He delights in seeing us step into our calling.
And flourish.
Yes.
Just seeing her do what she does is just basically phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. And I congratulate you, and I bless you, and I honor you. You're just so supernaturally amazing. This is my favorite though.
Hold 5 seconds.
That's right. Hold 5 seconds. I forgot about that. That's the first one. This is my favorite. Look. This is the disco light, we call it, in the provinces, Mangyans, you name it, the places that you go to.
And so this light, we talked about this for a moment.
Yes, do that.
So when we were distributing lights in the remote areas, my desire is to go further and
Yeah.
and get to the most remote people that we
That's
can find in the world.
That's right.
And so I was looking at this and I thought, oh, we're shipping so much air. How can I make this smaller and put it in a backpack and go further?
That's right.
So logistically, I'm always kind of thinking, this is a new light that we actually designed. God
Download.
supernaturally downloaded a vision when I was in the shower, the quietest place in my house. This light.
Trickle, trickle, trickle.
So it has a solar panel on the back,
Mhm.
and then you push and hold for 5 seconds, 120 hours, 10 hours, and then 2.5. So this is super bright. Your children can do homework. And then this is emergency. And then this unclip, this you can wear right around your neck
Mhm.
as a lanyard. And then this is also removed. And God really, when I was in the field
Mhm.
teaching us, what are their needs?
I like this. Let me continue for you. This they will put on top of their head, and then they wear this when they walk. But in the fields or the nagpapaanak, the one that the how do you call them?
Midwife.
The midwives delivering the babies, yeah.
That blew my mind,
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah.
That blew my mind because I used to walk mountains for missions, and it's so true. There's no light.
Yeah.
And yes, there's a lot of midwives that does not have anything except hot water when they come in there, and they don't even see it.
Yeah.
That is such a genius thing.
Yeah, so that was really, having 5 boys and having 5 C-sections, I couldn't imagine I would never have survived on Ealing
That's
Island
right.
if I had babies.
But how did that come in? I mean,
So
that download, that's
Just thinking as a
come
mom,
on,
my mother's
come on,
heart.
Come on, that's
And
right.
so really finding what were their needs, and part of it was hands-free. So how do you, care for a baby? How do you deliver a baby?
See that you don't need to be a genius on that one,
No,
right?
it's
you just
simple.
Look at
Yeah.
what's
Look
right
at what's in
you.
front of you. What is
That's
God placing in front of you?
Yeah, and the gentleness. You see the gentleness that she has. It's just, she's beautiful. I love my friend. Anyway, you have any? Please give them an encouraging word, or just let them know that you're actually, whatever you feel like encouraging our women in the Philippines again, please.
Yes. Thank you, Ruth. So I just want to say to you, dream big. Right?
That's absolutely good.
And dreaming big can just be, for different people, it's different things. But I believe we can dream so big,
Right.
but it's taking the first simple steps.
Right.
And so I just want to encourage you today not to give up on that dream, and whatever that passion that God has placed inside of your heart, to take your first step.
There you go. Beautiful, powerful women. What an amazing story. Simple step. That's not a simple step. That's big. It's hard to get out of where you are and just go and be the person who God wanted you to be. That's hard. But you know what? If she can do it, we can do it. You see how her dependence on God. Sometimes she doesn't even know. It's just an impression. She just heard it. She just had an impression. But you know what? She tried. And so, guys, I think we can learn from her. We try. We take the first step. We just go and trust and see where God's going to lead us. So, Nancy, if they want to follow you, see where you're at, if they want to be with you just like me, I'll be with you all the time. If they want to join your team, how can they do that?
Yes, so you can go on to www.wattsoflove.org and check out our webpage, and then also our Facebook page, which is Watts of Love. We also have Instagram as well. So please check out Watts of Love.
Beautiful, powerful women, thank you for watching our show today. For comments, suggestions, and donations to support us, and any type of update, follow us on our beautiful, powerful Facebook page and our Instagram page. And we also have a website, www.beautifulpowerfulwomen.com. If you want your life story as well to be featured in our show, please contact us.